Reaction.
Let's go.
Oh my Lord in heaven, Reese. It is our second episode for the week and we're going to be doing this weekly. This is Rip Through It Preview Round 1. And what does that mean?
That means we have the double header starting off at the Coliseum. 2 games, back to back at the MCG. We are ready for none of this opening round. We are ready for round 1. And what a way to start for Melbourne. They've got the F1 down there this week, but even bigger. It's footy back at the MCG.
You want to see it, don't you?
Yeah.
I hated last week, and we talked about it on Tuesday. I hated it. It didn't make sense. It feels like a preseason still. It would have been great if we had 4 games. We didn't. Suck it up. Cyclone Alfred, you know where to sit on that and rotate, mate. But it's a big week coming up.
Yeah.
It feels like this is the real footy's back.
We're back.
We don't have to compete with anyone. NRL, go back to Vegas. No one cares. You guys had your opportunity to shine. Now it's AFL time, baby.
It's on. I wonder if it's a few F1 drivers going to get to an AFL game while they're down there. You know, there's a few Aussie drivers, so maybe they, bring the Lewis Hamiltons along and all that and show them our game. Maybe something different.
I wouldn't mind that. How much better would you play if he was watching you?
Oh, a lot better. A lot better,
Maybe if his old Mrs.
He's got the keys to the Ferrari this year, so
he's a little slurry. He keeps changing cars like no tomorrow. He used to be just straight up Mercedes, but
he's in red now. So anyway, we're back.
We're back, baby. Okay. So intro done. We are ready to go. I just want to talk about something real quick before we get into the games.
Yep.
Carlton draft. So I don't know if you're aware, they have like a legends thing. They send these players back to local footy. And they play for like a struggling team, and then they follow them down, film it all, try and get a win. Usually it's like an old ass player, like Nathan Buckley's done it. I think he did a hammy. A few other legends have done it and hurt themselves within the first 5 minutes. What about trying to recruit some young guns in Mitch Robinson and Reese Matheson? We have experience. We're fresh out of the game. We're actually fit. We're ready to go. Probably tear a couple of muscles still. I'm not gonna lie, but we would love to do it. So I thought I hit up Dill Buckley, and he's the recruiter for Carlton draft. So he's chosen his players. I really like the players for you. Brett Delidio, legend.
Yep.
Shouldn't have gone to GWS, but legend. Missed out in 3 grand finals, but still a great bloke, legend. John O'Brien. Now, that's a really good one.
That's good.
That's really good. I would love to play like a local footy game with him.
Yeah. The bloke's half his face is made of metal. He's a Terminator, isn't he, really?
Just bearing the square, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He would have kicked probably 10 in that game, let's be honest.
He's got a perfect local footy voice,
doesn't
too.
He? Fuck off! His speech would be fucking awesome. Then we got the Fremantle legend himself, Matthew Pavlich. Now I don't know how fit he is. He's Silver Fox now. I dare say he'll be all right.
He looks pretty good on the cameras, though.
He looks good. But also, you look great as well. Can you run?
Oh, well, no, I'm a bit heavy.
You're a bit heavy, brother.
I'm a bit heavy.
Then we got a random one, but obviously very, 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 very good player in his own right. We got Travis Cloak. So I reckon he'd still kick a bag.
Is that O'Halpin's mate?
No, that's Cam Cloak.
Oh, that's Cam Cloak. That's right.
His brother. Yeah, so Travis, I don't know where they're playing yet, but and then the last one from Back Chat, it is Will Schofield, the West Coast Eagles defender. Did he win a premiership?
Yep.
Premiership defender.
He is, and he's been popping up everywhere, actually.
I like the bloke.
When we met him at the boxing, and then it seems like he's just kicked off from there.
Well, he puts in a lot of work.
Yeah,
he puts in a lot of work. And he was also butthurt that he didn't get top 20 influencer for AFL going in 2025.
Damn. Keep working, though. Keep working.
No, he's actually, I reckon he's up there. He started doing the just West Coast Eagles after AFL.
Yeah.
And then he did that for a while, did like Match AMC, doing like just purely West Coast chat with all the players and coaches.
Well, it's a good start because you know the background so well, don't you?
Great start.
Like, we could do it at the Brisbane Lions if we wanted to go down that path. So
we can, but I actually was speaking to Nuxie yesterday about that.
Yeah.
But he's obviously like doing really good stuff. So he's the first ever backman chosen in this thing to go back and play local footy. I don't know why they would do that, but he's a good personality to have. So I'm thinking, fuck you, Cotton Draft. Fuck you, Dylan Buckley. I'm going to hit up the opposing teams that you guys are playing, and I'm going to play for them and tag your legends.
I don't think you want Mitch Robinson tagging you.
No, I'm angry.
I think in my first couple of years at Brisbane, I watched the tagging job you did on Matt Priddis.
Oh.
And he's a gun. And we know he's a gun. And for some reason, you feel like he's an underrated player, but he was a gun, right?
He didn't get his much props, did he?
Nah, he didn't.
Brownlow, right?
Yeah, Brownlow.
Surely he's got 5 BNFs, I'm just going to say. He was on record breaking season. Rob Dog went to him. I had 39 or something like that, and a goal on him. We got pumped.
We got pumped. We were no good then, but you did what you had to do. He had the Voldemort tape around the face. Was that you that split his nose?
I don't know.
So you don't want this guy. You might end up with some claret.
I'm just pissed off because I'm sure Colin Draft are paying them. I'm going to say 20 grand to do this because they're going to use their faces everywhere. They're going to pump it up. I'm flat with that money. I will play for free for the other team to tag their legend. Let's fucking do it.
And local footy clubs, they will roll out the red carpet for that.
100%.
So,
I can't. I'm actually going to look into it.
Yeah, it
Don't know
might
if
be
I'm
a
gonna
bit
do
scary for you guys.
No, fuck them. Fuck those legends besides John O'Brien. Jeez Louise, Reese. I have played my fair share of round 1 games versus this team. It is the Richmond Tigers versus Carlton Footy Club.
It seems right, doesn't it?
It
Right
feels
now,
good.
it feels good. Like it should always start with them. We've always had it. Like if it's not broke, I'll keep saying it. We don't need to fix it.
Fix it.
So-
This game was my debut. Obviously, I debuted in this game.
Yeah.
Ben Cousins came back. It's his first game. He hurt his hammy, but I had to play him for a little bit. I couldn't believe my luck. Like just playing that guy, it was the best thing ever. But this game, as you just said, feels like it's the start of the season.
Yeah.
It is.
This is how you know it's round 1.
And I've never seen this odds in my life. And I'm not a betting man. I don't gamble and stuff. Like, obviously, I've got a couple of sponsors that are gambling things. But Richmond are paying $10.50 to $1.05.
And this is the only thing for me for this game is you used to love this. Tonight, or when they play this game, it takes a sting out of it a bit because we're expecting a one-way traffic.
If all goes to plan and fruition, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, you would think. And
These debuts, there's 6 debuts in this game, so like three or 4 actual first gamers, and there's a few other players playing for the first game with a jumper. These boys are going to get the job done and more so. These debut guys for Richmond are going to feel like, what am I doing?
If Carlton are going to be the real deal, they need to make it. And I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like Michael Voss will be going, boys, go out there.
Reset a standard.
And, like, give them a message.
Yeah.
Like,
It's to the AFL too.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Collingwood pounced them a couple of weeks ago in a preseason game.
yeah.
Carlton have to think to themselves, okay, we need to be ruthless. We need to put the foot on the throat where it matters.
Yeah.
Put them to the sword early.
Doesn't matter how far ahead. I feel like they're just going to keep going and going and going. So
I did say 6 debuts in this game. For the Blues, we have Francis Evans. He's 27-game career, 19 goals. He just signed last month. He played at the Cats and Port Adelaide.
he's been around. He's a travel man.
He's a bit of a slut.
Yeah.
But hey, if you can keep getting contracts at other clubs, go for it, mate. No jealousy here. I'm actually wrapped with that guy. That's a big game for him.
Yes.
There's going to be 90,000+ there, right?
Well, you would have to think. Kicking off round 1. Melbourne's absolutely popping, like we said.
There's
so you'd have to think.
We've got Nick Haynes. First game for the Blues coming from GWS. I'm hoping that he's thinking like, hopefully I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Because seeing his old team last week do that shit.
Yeah, well, he's an intercept monster. So
Imagine him in GWS. Then.
you would think he could, have his hand in the pie in this game. So
Yeah, he'll be very handy for them.
Yeah.
That's something that they're probably missing. And then they've got Jack Silvani. We'll talk about him. He's going to come back too, playing backline.
Yeah.
We have Lucas Camporelli, son of a gun.
30 years since his dad made his debut.
It's 30 years.
30 years.
That's crazy. I think he finished just before I got drafted.
So you didn't get to play with the old
Nah,
man?
hell no. But he's played some really good preseason footy. He's been getting the 20s.
Yep.
He's a midi. He's been doing some good stuff. So
On the wing, yep.
On a wing as well.
So-
I feel like a lot of pressure on him tonight, but if it's a great time to debut.
For
If you're
sure.
playing Tigers and you're going to pump someone.
sure.
He would just run up and down the wing, get a few touches.
And again, he gets to run out for his first one on the G. How special is that?
Mate,
So
I can tell you it's very special. And then Jack Silvani, first game back after 600 days on the sidelines. Just come back from ACL.
crazy.
Like, he's not the best
And-
player going around. He's not going to do amazing things, but he can go
There'll be
forward.
nerves there.
100%, man. As we just saw with our good friend Link McCarthy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
fucked. He just did his ACL again.
It's devastating, and we feel for him, and we wish him all the best with his recovery. 'Cause,
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah,
You
but-
don't even know what to say to guys.
You don't.
that
I was going to message him.
you
I didn't know what to
message
say
him
because he'd be
and
getting
it's-
bombarded. He'd be
yeah.
like, fuck me.
It's really hard.
I don't
so-
want all this.
But there'll be some nerves there for Jack, you'd think.
Hopefully he gets through unscathed and he can get back and cement his spot in that team because he's
Yeah.
actually a handy player.
Yeah.
He's not the greatest.
Bit of a
He's not-
swim.
mate,
You can throw him around a bit for them. So
you can't live up to the old man in the pop.
Oh, it's tough.
It's a
It's
fucking
tough.
big name. But yeah, who's the outs for the Blues, mate?
Oh, well, the main one, isn't it? Charlie Curnow.
Yeah.
You know, Blues fans want to see him right and going. Couple Colemans. When he's up and going, Carlton are up and going.
You can't stop him when he's on fire.
No.
You just got to be like, okay,
You
how
know,
many guys can I
and
keep him to?
I used to play, and he has such a big tank, so he's so important
he's a
for him. He
fit-
can get up and down. He's really fit.
The Curnow family are a fit family. If you don't
Very
know,
fit.
obviously Ed Curnow used to win all the time trials. He was just a working machine. His
Tagger,
brothers, his brother's the same. His sister's the same as well. They're all down from the Great Ocean Roadway, and they're just fit family.
Very fit family.
But
so-
yeah, it sucks to see him out, but he won't be too far.
Yeah, and then they've got Nick Newman, another important cog for their back line
that's
as well.
a year,
so,
brother.
Yeah, that hurts. He was really good for them last year.
I think he came like top 3.
Really good for them. So,
Something
and
like
his
that.
ball use is important for him out of that back line. Then Mark Pitnet
Yeah,
and
that's a big
Orazio
one.
Fantasia. So
Pitnet's out, so obviously DeConing's going to ruck.
yeah, I like DeConing in the ruck.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's one of those ruckmans that like he might not get all the ruck taps, but he's around the ground work.
Yeah.
He's contested marking and just bring the ball to ground. That's all he's got to do.
They were getting pumped in that final against Brisbane last year. And when he actually come on, the game started to swing just a little bit. So they should have probably brought him on a bit earlier. But
so he'll be going up against Nankervis.
Yeah.
Nankin wants to. He's been in good form. I think he had 22 in the preseason game last week or 2 weeks ago. Had a shitload of hit outs, like good fantasy. So if you're going to put him in, I reckon that's his game. He's going to dominate.
He'd want to play well too because there's some big money getting thrown at him.
No,
you know, so
he'd be one of those other players like, okay, I could do one more year here.
Yeah.
I'm a captain. I got to stick fat. I got to look like I care. He might be getting the fuck out of there. But hey, that's a rumor that we can just do.
Yeah, DeConing.
Yeah. The Tigers. Let's talk about them. And I'm worried. I think everyone in the AFL is worried. There's no expectations in these guys.
No.
I think they're going to win one game this year. I don't know who's they go against. They could upset a couple of teams along the way. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Because it will be dark times for these young players coming in, and the number 1 draft pick is debuting Sam Lawler. Lawler, because I saw it yesterday. Lawler, not Laylaw. He's debuting. He's coming back from a broken jaw from the first preseason game. Big body midfielder, but like forward as well, right?
Yeah,
like he's a forward.
Yeah, and he presented quite well. So
yeah. So Lynch is back in.
Yeah, Lynch is back in.
That takes a lot of pressure off him.
For sure. So, again, for these guys, just go out and play footy.
I think
Round 1.
Did he kick 2 or 3 goals in his debut in the preseason? 3 goals, I think.
He kicked 2. He
2 goals?
Yeah.
2 out of 4 goals.
He would have had a shot, but, he done his jaw. So
I'm excited. I'm actually excited to watch the game and see how he goes.
Yes.
It's been a while since they've had number 1 draft pick. I feel like he's a ready-made player for his body size. It's going to be... Hopefully he doesn't cramp. Because he had a bit of time out. He's playing forward, I guess.
First round in cramping.
Don't fucking cramp. That's all I'm saying. Do not cramp, because you will get eaten alive. Luke Traynor and Harry Armstrong are also making their debut. So I don't know anything about these guys.
Yeah,
Good luck to
Richmond
them.
just blooding them, and you have to. So
I'll dare say, out of their 9 or 10 draft picks they had, 100% are going to play within the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Just throw them in the deep end.
Yeah.
Sink or swim. Shark's going to eat. Take their legs off.
Have to.
You just got to suck it up. Hopefully they have some good people around them. Their coaches are drilling into them. They understand. No expectations, kids. Go out there and fucking experience AFL football. On the biggest stage, round 1, MCG, baby. All right, who's going to play well? Who's just a couple of players you think, okay, they're going to tear this game apart?
Yeah, well, Patrick Cripps for mine.
Yeah,
he's coming off a Brownlow. Everyone's saying Brownlow this, Brownlow that. It was rigged, whatever. But
not rigged. I reckon this is too many votes.
Too many votes. Well, anyway, I feel like he'll take advantage of this Richmond midfield and just, he's too big, too strong. The kids for Richmond, it's going to be a handful for him. So
I don't feel like the Richmond midfield sucks as much as everyone thinks.
No, I know.
They've still got a couple of good players in there.
I just feel like as the game goes on, he's going to take
too many weapons
them,
for the Blues in there, right?
Yeah.
He's going to kill it.
And there's probably times where the number 1 pick for Richmond want to go, I'm going to go play on Paddy Cripps because...
just give him a job. Hey, can you fucking deal with the Brownlow medalist? Good luck.
And there's Welsh's back in after a hammy too.
Welshie.
So who knows what these guys can do against Richmond?
Yeah.
A young Richmond team, and I feel like they'll put in big games.
Anyone from Richmond you think would have a good day?
No.
I reckon Lynch might come in. If they're getting any inside 50s, I feel like he has to play well.
Well, he'll be the vocal point, so he'll get a lot of opportunities.
There's no one that's going to take it besides Layla.
No, so he'll be the vocal point. So the ball will be coming to him a fair bit going in.
Yeah.
But it'll be depending on how many opportunities they get.
Yeah, I'm on a similar line. I feel like Harry Mackay, without Kerno, he's going to kick 5 goals.
Yeah.
He's going to have an absolute field day in there, clunk a lot, do his little weird snap that he does, but he's going to have 5 shenanigans on the board. I feel like that's going to be one of the better options. For Richmond, I feel like Nankervis, it's his game to put it down his midfielder's throat.
Well, he's a captain.
He can do everything. He's got to lead by example.
He's around the ball.
So I'm going to put it to you, if Colton are just doing what they do and everyone's expecting them to dominate, does Richmond come out and just be physical as fuck? Like, they just try and bowl blokes over from the get-go?
Yeah.
You have to start something.
You got to do something.
I
don't know.
would come off the wing and I'd just try and line up someone.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's hard to say in this game now, Rob.
I'm going to say,
you get rubbed out for 10 weeks
for
doing that. So
who cares? You're going to lose 10 games anyway. I feel like someone's going to come off the line and there's going to be a lot of scraps going on.
Yeah, so...
It's a big game.
I don't know. It's a good start.
Who wins and why?
Carlton by 10 goals.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And that's a minimum for me.
Yeah, that's just like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the safest bet because it could be way more.
it could easily be way more.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. 10 goals. Rick Colton dominate.
That's a minimum.
Too many weapons, too many good players in that team. But and why? I just explained it. They're going to win the midfield battle. They've got better forwards.
Yeah.
They've got a good back line. Are they going to gel straight away? Don't know, but I feel like they're going to be pretty
And
handy.
Richmond's depth is probably, they're young at the moment. So.
It's too deep. It's too deep. It is the next biggest game of the week, and all eyes are going to be on this game.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see these two teams play because it's Hawthorn versus Essendon at the MCG Friday night footy, 6:40 p.m. This is a game that I want to see. Are Essendon any good? Because they're playing against Hawthorn, who just shocked the AFL world last week. They obviously dominated against Sydney Swans and made them look a little bit silly at times.
Yeah.
Their team's looking stacked and ready to fire. What do you think about Essendon? Because they're coming to this game with a little bit of on the up chat.
Yep.
They're blooding a couple of youngsters, and Kako and Caddy's looking really good.
Yep.
He's gonna be thereabouts this game. What's your feeling around this? Is it a game to see who the fuck is actually good, or we give these teams a couple?
It's a new age Bombers. It's what we're thinking for 2025.
They call them baby Bombers.
For mine, the heavyweight Hawks are the team.
They are the team.
Right now, they're looking very good. And if Essendon are any chance of trying to win this game, they need to stop these intercept marks from Hawthorn. They really do. So, again, Essendon's vocal points down forward might have their hands full with the likes of Battle, Sicily, and Barras.
Yeah.
For mine, it's going to be a really tough game for Essendon.
Do you feel like these teams are being talked to during the week about, hey, there was a line in the sand moment not that long ago when it was a full blood bath.
Lloydie got
full blood bath.
Got Sool.
He got Sool.
There's always a bit of history there, which we like.
They hate each other. Like the fans hate each other.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I wonder if the young players or just the teams themselves talk about it during the week. Because when I was at the Blues, we used to talk about Essendon, Collingwood, Richmond. Like we hate these teams.
Yeah. Oh, we love rivalries. I mean, I do. There's got to be some players out there that love them too.
Yeah.
There'd be players geeing themselves up for it. There just
100%.
has to be. Whether you care about it or not, there'll be some players out there. So I'd expect the MCG to be pretty full again.
It's going to be more than full, my guy.
We know Melbourne's going to be rocking. So, but for me, Hawthorn look too good.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like the last 3 games, Essendon have done them.
Yeah, okay.
Like they've kicked over 100 points the last 3 games. 107 to 83 defeated the Hawks. 65 to Hawthorn, 124 to Essendon. And then in 2022, 108 to 81, Essendon again. So if you look at the history and you go off that, a lot of coaches do.
Yeah.
They have the wood over them last 3 games.
They always put that up, the coaches.
Could it be that again? I say no.
Yeah, I'm saying no. Like I said, the Hawthorn are riding this wave at the moment. Their kids are up and about. A few players last week, that we've heard about in the preseason didn't play that well for Hawthorn, so they want to bounce back.
They will want to bounce back.
Which makes them very dangerous. And like I said, for me, the intercept game's too strong. And I don't know, Caddy's a young guy up forward for Essendon.
Yeah.
Kako's, playing his first game. So for me, the Hawks' defence is just going to be too strong.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I feel like Hawks are just going to keep riding this wave and knocking off teams that they should beat. I have a little upset feeling, though, with Essendon coming in after beating Geelong. They might, the younger players might have a bit of confidence coming to this. I've obviously got a couple of older players like Dylan Shield, Zach Merritt. These guys might want to solidify the Essendon way and trademark.
Yep.
So I feel like they're going to come out and try and play their best game.
Yep.
Who wins and why then, bro? Who wins?
Yeah,
who wins?
like I said, Hawthorn, defence too strong for mine.
Yep.
Got too many weapons against Essendon. Their forwards are still very young.
Yep.
For mine, the Hawks will win, and I think they'll win by 5+ goals.
Yep, love that. Now, obviously, Hawks are paying $1.32 to win to $3.40, so I feel like that's pretty good. That's a nice little way to see this game going. I feel like the Hawks are going to get it done. They're just, from last week, they're only going to get better.
Yeah, they've got runs on the board too. They've
got runs on the board. And those two blokes coming in, Sicily can go forward. They can do so much with it. Will Gage finding his new stardom.
Yeah.
He's a little gun.
It's big, so.
Yeah, Hawks get the job done, brother.
All right, it's another game for the Victorians, Rob. It is in Geelong this time,
They're getting kissed on the end, aren't they?
I know. Well, it is
we had the northern shit last
It's a home of footy, so round 1, so it should be. But anyway, Cats versus Freo.
Now, this is the game. This is a game for our mate. Your mate, our annoying Ben Cole.
Yeah.
He has not shut up since they didn't make the finals.
Just wants us to keep posting about Fremantle.
So this is for you, Ben. We're talking about you right now. Hopefully this gives you the stiffy and the erection that you just have been yearning for. It's a big game. Geelong Cats,
It's giving me
bit
a
of shit
headache.
going on. Yeah, it's giving a bit of shit going on with them at the moment.
Yeah.
We've always wondered how they've been getting all these players, keeping these players.
Yeah.
I was thinking everyone's getting underpaid and they just want to win premierships. Probably not the case. So that's going to come to fruition sooner than later.
Maybe Geelong players are going to be thinking this weekend, am I going to lose money?
Oh,
so,
shit.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not going to drop next week. We don't know, but they know and then they're playing shit.
So who knows? But anyway, this game gives me a headache because
Saturday.
Freo have been very good at GMHB Stadium against Geelong.
Yeah.
They have been so good there,
Yeah.
and they win. They beat Geelong there.
They do.
So
they just play
this
well.
This is why this game. I don't know who to tip, and I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
But possible. Well, we know Young's out. We know Darcy's out for Freo, and there's some possible outs too.
Yeah.
With Walters, Alex Pearce, their best defender, and their new recruit Bolton. There's just a question mark on these guys, so I don't know.
I'm excited to see how Bolton these guys go, how they fit in.
Yeah. Well, we hope they play, don't we?
Well,
we want to see them play.
If they don't play, I'm not watching it.
Well,
That's as simple as that.
I'll still watch.
I know you're going to watch.
So, and then Geelong, obviously, at home. We know how hard they are to beat there. But like I said, Freo are very good at beating them there.
They are. We've done it in the past and they've shown they can do it. Not many teams do.
No.
Is it still a fortress to them?
Yeah.
GMHBA?
It's still a fortress.
Hard to win games there, right?
Yeah. And they're so good at changing their game plan halfway through a game when things are not going well. They're coached so well, Geelong.
Yeah. Well, it's meant to be 35 degrees on Saturday, so whose favour is that going to play into?
Oh.
I feel like Freo over there, it's always fucking sunny and hot, especially in the summer and the pre-season. So I feel like they will handle it better.
Again, the intensity of round one can never be matched, no matter what conditions it is in. So this has been a hard one for me, but I'll go Geelong at home.
Yeah.
It's
a safe bet.
And I would have said Freo, but it's been drilling my head, doing my head in. But I'll go Geelong at home. It's a safe bet. They know that ground well.
Yeah.
They know they haven't beat Freo there for a while. So I think this is a good way to bounce back.
We get to see Bailey Smith play, brother. Are you excited to see how he goes?
I am very excited to see how he goes.
Yeah.
The CEO of Cotton on there calling him. So that's where the money's going.
That's where the money's going, boys.
But yeah, look, I think they're going to be a good team again this year.
Yeah. Well, if Darcy's not playing, obviously you're going to have Jackson, playing that forward ruck role. If they bring in a random waffle player, I don't know. But it's probably Liam Reedy who would lead the ruck for them. So Luke Jackson, I'll like him up forward. He can pinch it, obviously, but he's one of those players. You just want him in the forward line doing his thing. I'm going to go Fremantle Dockers.
Nice.
Because I'm going to jump on the hype bandwagon for no other reason than that.
Other than the hype.
They've won at GMHBA. They've proved they can do it. If they hadn't done that in the past, I'd be like, oh, it's fucking tough.
Yeah.
I feel if they play Bolton and Darcy plays, like I don't know if they're going to or not. It will suck ass if they don't because I want to see the best Fremantle and then I don't want to hear excuses from Coley like, this plays get some fucking depth, win the game. I'm going Fremantle by 3 goals.
For me, it's going to be Jeremy Cameron to have a big one. I don't know who sort of is going to match up for him for Freo. If Alex Pearce, if he plays, I would think it was him. But for me, Jeremy Cameron's in for a big game, and I'll have him for 3+ goals and Geelong to win by 18 points.
Yeah, I'm putting on the midfield. The Freo midfield, I just think it's better than Geelong's.
Yeah.
If their midfield looks pretty damn settled and good.
Yeah, they've got some good players in that midfield.
They just need Ruckman to do his job, and that's it. And the must-watch game of round one, and this feels good to talk about, Reese. I know you're over there, the iPad's on top of, just shaking around because you're that excited. It is the grand final rematch, my guys. Sydney Swans versus Brisbane Lions at the SCG. This is a Saturday 4:15 game.
Yeah. And I will be cemented to my couch. I mean, they teased me last week. This cyclone, it teased me. The flag unveiling was there. I was ready to go to the Gabba. I was ready, full Brizzy kit on to be an absolute nuffy. Yeah. And my dreams got crushed. So, there'd be no way I'm missing this game.
Yeah, this is a game that I'll never go to a game because I said this. I probably will break that promise one day.
Yeah.
But this is a game that I'm actually going to sit down and watch because I want to see. So Swans lost last week. I want to see, can they show a bit of ticker, bit of fuck you, Brisbane, you embarrass us. You probably put some demons in our head for the rest of our lives. I want to see them come out and just have an absolute crack. Like it's going to be on from the get-go.
Well, you know it's going to be on being a grand final rematch.
Oh my God.
You know it's going to be on. Yeah. Regardless of who's in, teams have changed. It does not matter, right? This is a grand final rematch. And for Sydney, they need to play well because they got their pants pulled down in the grand final.
And they slapped their bottom, didn't they?
They did. And I'm still worried about either end for Sydney. They've moved McCartan forward. Yeah. He's their best defender, intercept marker.
Yeah, you don't like it, do you?
I don't like it because...
What other options do they have? That's the thing.
Well, I know they're trying things, Dean Cox and stuff, but I know Brizzy's scoring power.
Yeah.
We know what they're like.
Mate, this is a thing that I keep thinking about now. Like, you just ingrained that in my brain because all finals time you were saying, doesn't matter where they are in the game, they can score heavily and quickly.
And they showed it
And
all the time.
They showed it, mate. They did more than
Geelong, and they showed Sydney on grand final day.
Yeah.
So
I was speaking to a couple of the boys just leading up to last week. You pretty much after the Thursday night when they're meant to play, I was like, oh, how do you guys feel? Like all that kind of stuff. They're raring to go. Like that's a big tease for an AFL player who you've just G'd yourself up for a game of Geelong at the fucking Gabba. You're excited to unveil the flag and show everyone that there's no premiership
Gabba,
hangover.
Packed Gabba.
They're gonna come up here, but they're gonna go to Sydney and just tear it apart. I feel
they'll be fresh.
Yeah.
Harris Andrews made the comments, the skipper, that all this stuff's been sort of overplayed a bit and whatever. They're not going to be ready. Have they got the run in the legs and stuff? But it's a bit of carry on, as the skipper said. So
it's always carry on. Like after that's just on the back of fucking the Collingwood thing.
Yeah,
like the boys are prepared well. We train in the heat and the bloody humidity up here, week in, week out.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly ask you a question. I thought it was bullshit. Fags was on talking to whatever publication it was, whatever show it was, about like, oh, we're not playing, so we try to squeeze in a pracky match. Apparently, Chucky Cameron actually did have 30-plus touches and 9 goals in the intra-club. And now, of course, they're playing A's v B's.
Yeah.
So best, first, worst.
Yeah, they had their best
That's
team on.
A guy who I feel like he didn't have his best year last year.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I feel like he really wants to prove something this year.
Well,
he just paid for a huge wedding. He probably needs some money.
I'll confirm that is 100% true.
It's crazy.
Absolutely true. And could have kicked more. I heard.
Yeah.
But, again, this is why Brisbane's such a threat because, yes, he probably didn't have his best year last year, but if he comes in and does what he does and kicks those 60 goals and beats that all-Australian forward, it's like...
That's another avenue that the boys have.
It's huge. It's huge, all right? So...
A couple of players that are going to come in this game, like teams haven't been released, whatever the squads obviously have. Levi Ashcroft's coming in for his debut.
Yeah, 100% coming in.
That's watching another potential champion in the making.
Yeah, he'll be excited. His brother will be excited.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'll get the boys up for Brizzy as well.
100%. Get around him. The boys flew the flag for him against Gold Coast, whoever it was.
Yeah, they've won the last 6 of 7 against Sydney, including the grand final.
Yeah.
So,
their confidence is through the roof. They're going to go to Swans and go, hey, that wasn't a fluke, mate.
Yeah, so for me, it's going to be the Lions.
Yeah, I got the Lions too.
And
it's hard for me to choose who's going to be best.
First game, I'll be nice. I think Brisbane by 4 goals.
Yeah, I feel like it has all the recipe to be a blowout, but I feel like this will be actually closer than we think.
Yeah,
for some reason it's a bit of a 50-50 game because I feel like Sydney have a lot to play for. They got pride. They want to restore that. They want to get that Bloods culture back that I feel like's kind of diminishing a little bit.
Yeah.
They all need to play well, but do they have the talent to match it with Brisbane? I don't think they do. So
No.
I feel like it's going to be closer than we expect. I reckon 1 to 2 goals win for Brisbane.
It can only be a blowout one way. It'll be Brisbane's way.
Oh, yeah, there's no other way.
It could be either be close or it'll be a blowout.
I feel like 1 or 2 goals. I'm not going to be
Sydney
specific.
won't blow them out.
Like when you get kicked in the ball sacks like that in the grand final, in the biggest stage of the year, and you get an opportunity to play them round 1, I just feel like there's too much pride.
No, don't worry. I'm going past the cinema to pick up the popcorn. I'll be locked in, and it'll be a hell of a game. So
I'm excited for this one. That is Brisbane and Sydney Saturday. I'll be locked into this one. I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Hey, if Brisbane lose this game,
don't panic.
If they do, next podcast. I'll wear my girlfriend's bra. No shirt. I'll just wear her bra. You heard it here first. That's how much I'm backing in these boys to win this grand final rematch.
And I lived with them for a couple of years, for a year last year, and she has some good bras.
Yeah, so I will wear her bra if Brisbane lose this week.
Sydney's paying $2. I'm holding to that. Sydney's paying $2.10, Brisbane $1.77. Excited for that game. All right, next up we have the Western Bulldogs and North. Now we're going to flick through these ones because these games are just it's just pretty much obvious. Like Bulldogs are going to pump North Melbourne, right?
Well, Bont's out.
The Bont's out for 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, so
if not more. This is a Saturday game and it's 6:35. So it's
Kangaroos need to win this.
If they win this, I said I was worried for Bulldogs because they have a few outs coming into a few weeks of the season. North can just jump them here. You got the Sheezenator in there doing great footy. You got LDU who's playing well. You got
Tristan Cherry, the ruckman. We know
Cherry is a gun. Like he just racks up fantasy points.
Zeri,
whatever his fucking name is. Just call him Big Tristan.
Big Tristo.
They got a couple players up in the forward line who they've got.
Larky, yeah.
Larky, and they've got obviously the recruiter Darling.
So
They've got
Parker's,
Caleb Daniel in the back line. Parker's obviously going to play. Like, they've got some old heads coming in. They need to stand up.
The Doggies are still favourite here, $1.35.
100% they're still favourites. It's North Melbourne.
Hey, North might not be a bad bet here. I think if they're going to jump a team round one, this could be it. With
If you're
the
looking for an
bonds
upset.
out, stuff like that, this could be an upset. So I am still going to back the Doggies in at Marvel.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it might be very close.
Well, Bulldogs pumped them like no tomorrow last time they played by
Yes.
96 points. So I don't see anything changing. Kangaroos are really bad at the moment. I'd love to see them win a couple games because I like a few of their boys. I like Simpkin. I like Parker. I love the way Parker went about his footy. Obviously, played a little bit in the grain and kicked a couple goals. I feel like Doggies are going to smash them.
Yeah.
There's no if, buts, or maybes. They're just, even with like 3 or 4 key players out, I reckon their depth is way better than North.
Yep.
But good luck to North. Hopefully you
luck.
win a couple games this year. Don't get the wooden spoon. You got some players in your team that are good players. You got some older men coming in who can show you the way. Watch and learn off them.
All right, next game up. We know
Big
what
game.
it is. It's the big recruit game of the year.
It's the biggest recruit game.
Houston, I think we got a problem.
That's Dan Houston.
Yeah,
He's
that's him.
playing. He's locked in. He's
So-
probably the best halfback in the comp, and when he's up and flying, he can kick goals from outside 50.
And we know Rosie's comments. He said, just to remind you, Dan Houston, I think we are going to be a better team without you.
Oh, cop that bitch.
So,
That's some harsh words.
yeah, this one, and the interviewer asked Power Pepper the other week, do you think you'll get into him and that? And he said, no, I wouldn't have thought, but...
He knows he will.
I think there will be a bit in it.
Of course he will, man. Especially if you're playing the forward line. Power Pepper, he likes to throw his weight around. He's
You'd
a strong
hope there's
boy.
a bit in it.
If there's no fucking angst towards that bloke leaving, then you've got something wrong with you. Don't be a pussy. Go after him. Don't do anything stupid. Don't give away free kicks because the Pies will love that shit.
Yeah.
Don't get him going.
Just touch him up, say, remember where you come from, then have a beer with him after the game.
Just give him a little slap on the
It's that
arse.
simple. So
This is a Saturday game, Reese. It is 6:35 at the MCG.
again, this one is
so
good
excited.
viewing.
I'm excited for this
Oh,
one.
it's good.
You're not going to
It's
watch the
good.
Bulldogs game. You're going to be fucking watching this game.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I want to ask you, how do you think it's going to go? Do you reckon the Pies are going to come out and be like, hey, we don't cramp anymore. That was a myth.
Leave our best player alone.
Leave him alone.
Watch him this week.
Leave Doggies alone.
Leave him alone.
He's gonna kill it. He can't cop
Yeah.
that much during the week from the media and just rock
It was
up.
a bit of bullshit. Come
Why?
on.
It's way overreacting.
Yeah, I know. Like, he
Fuck me
cramps.
dead.
I text you saying, oh, he's cramping his balls off.
Who
but
cares?
Come on, man.
Yeah, like he
everyone's
got
mate-
through 2.5
Yeah.
quarters, like fine, was dominating, had 20-something touches, and then he cramped up. Fucking boo-hoo.
Oh,
you look
mate,
like losing
so-
a game. That's way worse.
So,
But
yeah, I'm excited to watch Dan Houston against the old mob.
who do you think is a couple of key matchups for this? I know, like, obviously Collingwood have so many avenues of goal now. Did they all play well last week? Probably not. Membray came in, kicked a goal. Dan McStay, I don't know how did he go.
No.
That's your boy. I don't know. So I feel like it's a big one for Port because I don't have him in the 8 this year.
Yeah.
You don't either?
And I don't either.
And they've been a myth for a few years now.
They keep finishing top 4, but they keep going
They keep
out
finishing
straight,
fucking top 2.
straight sets. So
We've been through that. We understand. Like, that's a hoodoo you need to break. But this is a game that, like, I feel Port need to show. If you leave us, Houston, motherfucker, we're just going to win the game.
yeah.
Then Collingwood start 0-2.
And then Rosie's going to have the last laugh.
And then Rosie's going to do a proper presser and have, like, a real say.
And say, I told you so.
Yeah, I told you so. They got to bounce back. Collingwood have got to get the job done handsomely.
Yeah.
They copped a lot. They lost to a very good team last week.
At home.
At home.
Yeah.
First game of the year. I feel like it's going to be one of those games where they come back and go, oh, Port. Oh, no.
I'm backing in Collingwood to bounce back this week too.
They have to. I'm
So-
going to keep backing them until I can't back them anymore.
Yeah, me too.
And then we just get onto the games that no one really gives a shit about, Reese, and that's why they're on Sundays.
Yeah.
We got Adelaide Crows versus St Kilda. We'll just go through this. I want to see my boy Ben Keys play well again, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the Crows.
I'll
in
go
this
the
one.
Crows too. They looked all right at Springfield when they played the Lions in
Adelaide
the trial
Oval,
game. So
they look really good.
I'll go the Crows.
Jordan Dawson, a great player.
Yeah.
He's started the preseason very well, so I'm excited to see how he goes. But Ben Keys, those type of players, I'm backing him. I'm going to go for the boys that I know. But obviously St Kilda, they got a point to prove as well.
Yeah, they do.
They keep throwing out all this cash for players coming in. You can't keep getting shit.
But I'm just basing it off some of the preseason games as well,
Yeah.
and St Kilda got touched up from Port, so I'll go the Crows.
Yeah, I'm going the Crows. This is another. This is probably the worst time of the day to play a game. Sunday,
Yeah.
2:20 graveyard shift.
Is it 3:20?
2:20 for us.
2:20.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah,
Brisbane.
yeah,
so
good.
3:20 for everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Like, I don't care about anyone else. But Melbourne are playing number 1 on the ladder, GWS. And it's
The
closer than you
tsunami.
think
Yeah.
in the dollars overs and under. It's $2 for Melbourne, $1.84 for GWS. So I know Melbourne have a good list. They have a good team.
Yep.
They just don't put it together all the time.
Nah, and I think this one's going to be interesting with Briggs going down last week for the Giants. We know Max Gawn is probably one of the best ruckmen in there, if not the best at the moment.
He's definitely one of the best in the comp.
Right, so him with the Petrarca-Oliver mix, which we're starting to see again go really well.
Daddy like
this could make it in for a really good game.
Yeah. So it's a Sunday graveyard game, but it's actually like it could be tantalisingly interesting.
This is a game where like you go out on a Saturday night, you're hungover, and you just wake up
it's
to
like,
watch this.
Fucking order this Uber Eats, get in the KFC, just like, oh my God.
And it
oh
brings
my
you back
God,
to
Melbourne's
life.
actually playing well.
It brings you back to life. So
Yeah, but it's at the MCG, mate. So obviously Giants have got to travel down there and try and... I feel like a lot of expectations on GWS now.
Yeah.
A lot of expectations. I don't like... Everyone's jumped on them. And me
it's
too.
because of that performance, though.
That's what I mean. It could be one of those games where it's like, hey, Demons now want a point to prove.
Yeah.
So they're
who you
playing
got?
against... Oh, I've got GWS down there. Their team is just stacked and they're gelling so soon.
Yeah.
Like, so well.
I'm liking the form they're carrying. I
want it to be a close game.
From round one anyway. And Sam Taylor played a hell of a game. He's a problem.
Did he what?
So was Finn Callahan. We know that, the $1 million man. So I'm going to go with the Giants on this one. But
I want Harry Sharp to play. Hey, Melbourne, if you're watching, play Harry Sharp.
Yeah, I think he's a really good chance. But I think this game's going to be closer than the Collingwood
100%.
Giants one. So and again, battle of the midfield for mine.
It's a big battle in midfield. With that, I'm going to go with GWS by 2 or 3 goals. I really want it to be a close game. I like a competition where Melbourne's a good team. When they were good, they were arrogant.
Yeah.
They've lost that arrogance.
Their fans, Melbourne fans, you were disappointing, by the way.
Yeah, they actually are.
You know, you won a flag a couple of years ago, and then you look in the stadiums, and I speak to a few of the boys.
There's fucking no one there.
They don't show up.
There's more seagulls on the ground than bloody fans.
They don't show up, and you're in the footy state. Like,
they're the biz bag makers going around. They've had a lot of dark days.
Very disappointing.
They've had a lot of dark days. Get over it. You won a grand final over there in Perth. Then you're back here, and no one's even there. Just stay with the team. But Melbourne's known for fucking jumping on bandwagons.
Wow.
But yeah, GWS get that one done. And then... And then Sunday, 5-10 for us, probably 6-10 everywhere else. I don't know what's going on. West Coast Eagles play Gold Coast Suns. This is a game. It's at Optus Stadium.
The Eagles are always locked into this time.
Yeah, well, we had this, didn't we?
Yeah,
In my
we
first 5 or 6 years with Brisbane Lions, I don't remember playing a Friday, Saturday night. It's the fucking worst.
Yeah,
you watch footy all weekend, you're exhausted by the time Sunday comes, and then recovery sucks because you're just losing a whole week as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the worst, so I'm feeling for you Eagles. I feel like it's going to be a pretty close game, to be honest. I don't know why. I know Gold Coast should blow them out of the water.
Hey, this is the year the Suns are meant to make the finals, right?
That's what I'm saying. First time in their history.
You guys got to win round one.
You have to.
You have to. If you want to be taken seriously in this competition, you're playing West Coast Eagles, who are not going to play finals.
No.
And if they do, I'll eat my hat.
Yeah. Fucking, you're going to be wearing a bra eating a hat.
Yeah, for sure. But you guys just have to win this. No ifs, no buts, no excuses. It's got to be a W.
Yeah.
They only won one game away last year.
Gold Coast did.
Yep. So, are they thinking about this?
Yes.
Are they wigging?
If you can't travel well, we were known for our travelling ability. We could travel and play well.
Yeah.
We had to make your home a fortress, obviously, but you need to win games on the road.
They need to win this.
Especially against teams that are this shit. So, I want to be Gold Coast supporter this year. I'm feeling it.
I am going to be brutal with them. If they don't win this game, no one's going to take them seriously.
They've got to sack someone.
No one's going to take them seriously.
You can't sack Tim Harwick. He just got there. But some of the players need to wake up. If they lose this, they need to wake up in the mirror and go, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, so...
Dan Rioli's in.
And...
A couple new players.
Yeah. They need a... Yeah, they need a win.
There's not much else to say.
There's not much more to say. They've got a great first 6 games coming up as well.
That could be
all
6-0,
winnable.
mate.
Yeah, so this is their year. They have to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
And they've done this a few years ago.
Tim is in. We know the caliber of coach he is.
Yeah.
They have to do it. I'm going for the Suns.
I'm going for the Suns too. They've done this a few years in a row, though. They've started the season really well, and then for some reason or not, they just shit the bed and then win like 3 games for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
This is a game they've got to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, honestly.
The fans aren't going to give a fuck if they win, but it's the way they win.
Yeah.
Like, they need to show why they are considered to be a finals team this year. Because they're going to be thereabouts.
Losing for them is bad, right?
It's season defining.
It's like, for me, it already puts them down as straight in my head.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this team
I'll get
seriously.
a fucking whiteboard and just throw their magnet off.
Yeah.
Saying you're not playing finals.
So for me, it's win or, Bust.
Bust, baby.
Bust,
Get
baby.
those bust titties out. All right, that is Rip Through It preview round 1. I like that shit. I need to do some better notes because I did that last night and I was tired of shit. I feel like this is going to be a great weekend of footy. It feels right. It feels right.
It feels right. So plenty of big star-studded games coming up. Lock in. Send your girlfriends on a girls' lunch. Tell them to drink as much wine and stay out as long as they want. Because footy is on. We've got the double-header at the G to start off with. What more could we want?
Grand final rematch.
Grand final rematch. Houston game.
Are there pretenders or not this weekend? We're about to find out. I'm excited for this. We're going to review this shit on the Monday. And then we're going to drop another one on Thursday because that's what we do, Resource.
Going back to back.
Yeah, you can't handle this shit. We're about to lock in. Yeah. I'm excited. Hopefully I do better in my tipping because I suck ass.